Good afternoon. Welcome to week 8, which is managed services. So far in this semester, we've talked about under the hospitality umbrella, hotels, how they're built, how they're operated, restaurants, how they're organized and operated as well. And now we're going to move into managed services, which is maybe something that you didn't consider as part of the hospitality industry. Let me pose a question to you. Well, who goes on an airline for the food? Not very many people, probably. However, there is an expectation that there is some services available in an airport, on an airplane. Think about your school experience. Think about a long day at school and heading over to grab a bite to eat. Think about in colleges, and I'm recording this on a Saturday, so it's college football day, and I look at all of the games that are going on and all of the students at those stadiums and thinking about stadium concession stands. I'm also thinking about business and industry, the Google complex and Facebook or Meta, I think it's called now, or Gilead or Genentech, and some of those big office buildings, and thinking, they're not in the business of creating food and beverage experiences. So who is it that is servicing those particular areas? I'm a sports fan, and too bad for my San Francisco Giants, but one of my favorite things to do would be to go to the game and actually look at the name tags on some of those people that are working at the stadium to figure out they don't work for the San Francisco Giants. Who do they work for? And oftentimes the answers to all of these questions is a managed services company, such as Aramark or Sodexo or Bon Appetit or Centerplate or Compass. Some of Delaware North is another one. And so managed services is an opportunity for those that are interested in hospitality to do what they love, which is hospitality, but in maybe a slightly different venue. Think about Yosemite National Park. Think about some of our outdoor activities. And we'll be able to think about how we can work for some of those companies so that we can do what we love, which is hospitality, but maybe in a little bit different setting than what you were accustomed to. There's a lot of benefits to managed services and some drawbacks too, of course. So hopefully you'll be able to read the chapter in the book to be able to get a little bit more detail if this is something that you are interested in, have a passion for. I will say that it's more than food, although food oftentimes is the number one component of sales, but there are some other things that are done as well. I think some of the positives of managed services could be a reliable schedule, right? Like the Google campus or the Meta campus is probably operating on a Monday through Friday, pretty typical 8 to 5 kind of hours. That can be very advantageous to people that are looking for a set schedule, because we don't find that in hotels and restaurants very often. Another thing is kind of a captured audience. On game day, that there's going to be 40,000 fans that you're going to be serving food and beverage to. So you kind of have that idea. Schools especially, because you know how many students there are, and especially in a residential dining hall where they pay for the food credits up front, you really know how many people you're going to be serving. So some of that instability that comes from a restaurant, a freestanding restaurant where you're really not sure how many people are going to walk in the door, you don't have those same kinds of opportunities in managed services. So I hope that you review the information on managed services, the highlights on both Aramark and Sodexo, two of them more well-known, and participate in the discussion so that you can learn about this part of our hospitality umbrella. Have a great week ahead. Thank you.